This is my budget video. It's just gonna be Taylor's version, just like my life. It's finally November, you know, autumn leaves are falling into place, and that means it's time for a November budget. First, I want to go over my expenses in October, and if you're new to my channel, I am in thousands of dollars of debt. Specifically, $3,363.35 of student loan debt, which is a lot of debt, but hey, I'm in my 30s. I'm officially in my 30s. Debt-wise, at least. Not yet age-wise, but I am so happy to be in my 30s, you guys. I mean, at one point there was another digit in front of that 3, so we've come a long way. Just as a preface, some of the categories that you'll see in my budget today are going to be a little bit different from what you're used to seeing in my previous budget videos. So here we are in the I knew you were trouble category. I still have my $1,000 emergency fund, which is good, so I didn't dip into it. Next up is my Duchess and the Prince. It's just my transfers category when I have to give money to my mom. And I really just use this when I want to quickly transfer money to a different bank account, and my mom has that bank account as well. And so that way I decrease my transfer lead time. So that's just me paying my mom back. In my I almost do or investments category, I have contributed nothing. That's how we're gonna keep it. But if you saw my video about me starting to contribute to my 401k again, that amount is just automatically contributed to that account via my paycheck. It is post-tax though, it's not a traditional 401k except for the company match. So I am investing now, but you won't be seeing it here. Newfound Grace. This is giving. I spent $23 on gifts, $100 on a donation, and nothing towards charity. My refrigerator light category, which ideally should be the only thing I'm seeing when I want food. Unfortunately, I spent some money on food this month. $24 on groceries because I'm still kind of figuring out what I want to, you know, buy for myself and eat. I also just like some of the grocery stores near my job more than the ones near where I live. So I just buy some stuff there and I'm okay with it. I did spend $14 on restaurants because I was just far from home and I needed food. So I unfortunately spent that money, but whatever. The Maserati category, as if I had a Maserati. I put $200 towards gas. I still had some left to roll over to the next month, which is good. I spent $215 in tolls. So I'm driving a lot for work. That's why that category is so high. Most of this will be reimbursed, so it's not a big deal, but I definitely am also driving a lot personally, just to meet up with people. So I don't expect that category to go down by a lot, so that's the other issue. I then spent $125 on maintenance and just supplies for my car. I did spend $59 or so on like this emergency roadside kit for my car because I'm extremely unprepared. Like if something happened with my car battery or I don't know, I would have to call some company to help me get out of the situation. I just bought this roadside kit, you know, in case my car ends up in a ditch or something or the battery dies. I'll at least have jumper cables, and then the rest was just an oil change. Here we are again with the recurring subscriptions. I sent $25 for my phone, $9.53 towards Netflix, $7.45 towards YouTube Premium, and nothing else for the rest because those are mainly annual subscriptions. Casually Cruel in the Name of Being Honest, aka school. I spent $15.85 on Chegg, and that's pretty much it. My Achilles heel, aka my child, my baby boy, Percy. I spent $60 on him for his grooming, $58 because I had to take him to the vet, and nothing on food. Skin and Bone, aka health and fitness. I spent $85 on a doctor. So I pulled a muscle in my neck and it hurts. And whenever I do any, like, not even that difficult physical activity, it will hurt. It's not a good thing. I ended up going to an urgent care and like they charged me $70 for seeing me and getting x-rays. My spine is fine, but I still have like this pain in my neck, so I need to get it looked at again. I spent $35 at the dentist just for fluoride treatment, but other than that, I have no cavities, which is good. Nothing on gym equipment, and I spent $60 on dance classes because it turns out I really like the dance classes that I'm going to. Honestly, the first one that I went to was really fun, and like I was having a bit of a rough day. I may have had a little mentee bee before the first one, unrelated to the class, but I went there and it, you know, cheered me up, so I think I'm gonna keep going. Dress to the nines. So this is my wardrobe category. I spent $55 on clothes. So I bought a hoodie from the dance studio that I'm going to just to support them. So that's how I justified that purchase. I spent $40 on new sneakers because my other sneakers are rather dirty now. And even if I clean them, I don't think it would help. So I got new ones, and I'll just keep the older ones for when I'm going to places that are dirty. I knew you were trouble. Did I really repeat categories? What should I make this? Let me change this one. I'm gonna took the money. Is that from Getaway Car? Took your money. Yeah, we'll name it Took Your Money. From the lucky one, took your money and your dignity. So nothing on taxes. They didn't actually take my money this month. Next up, we have Holy Ground. I only want to dance when I'm dancing with you. $12 on entertainment. I spent that on a Metro card to go to an event in New York City. I spent nothing on trips, nothing on Taylor, $36 on miscellaneous stuff that I just got at Amazon. And finally, we are never ever getting back together. Shout out to my student loans. You know, we're still together, but when we're not, we are never ever getting back together. Again, with both myself and my mom contributing, and I'm so happy that I was able to reach my goal of like $4,000 per month to send towards my debt. That really put a dent in my total debt amount for this month of November. I do want to point out that my two bottom categories are basically my business and my work expenses. So I really want to separate my business expenses from like my personal budget and from a public platform. For work expenses, I just don't see the point of showing them because they get reimbursed. Like, it's not like I'm spending money and I'm not getting reimbursed. So I'm gonna be hiding those categories from now on, and I'm sorry if you guys want to see them, but it's just a decision I want to make. I have no problem showing my personal spending at all, but I think it gets kind of weird when you're showing like your business and your work expenses. A lot of people probably think it's weird that I show my personal expenses too, but you know, that's okay. I'm still okay with sharing that right now, so I just wanted to give you guys a heads up. That's why I'm not showing it, and that's it. Anyway, that's how much I sent towards debt in October, and basically that's all that I spent. And now we are in November, and you know what? It's just occurred to me that I am not dressed for the occasion right now. Something needs to be changed. So just give me like one moment. Let me just put this stuff away. The struggle of not putting makeup on my clothes is real. Now we can do a November Taylor's version budget. For real. For my savings, I knew you were trouble. I do not plan on spending anything from there this month. Nothing towards Duchess, nothing towards I Almost Do, nothing towards Newfound Grace. It looks like I spent some money on refrigerator light. So I did go on a work trip, and in my spare time, I bought some ice cream, and it was $10 ice cream, but I really wanted to try it, so that's what that was. Maserati, I'm sending $100 towards gas, $115 towards tolls, nothing towards maintenance and supplies. I actually still have the balance available from last month, but it's an expense that I know is going to be charged soon. Here we are again category, $25 towards my phone, $9.53 towards Netflix, $7.45 towards YouTube. Those expenses were already debited from my account. Casually Cruel, $30 towards books and supplies, $60 for Percy's grooming, $35 for the doctor because I want to go to physical therapy for my neck. I hope it helps. If not, I think I'm just gonna have to get like an expensive massage because it's painful. And $30 for dance classes because I didn't go to one during the work trip, and there's just a lot going on this week, so I will probably not be able to go to one this week, unfortunately. Dress to the nines. I'm sending $200 for clothes just because I want to get like a bit more formal attire, like pants-wise, and maybe like a blouse or two just for work. $200 is a lot, but I haven't really made up my mind if I want cheap things or things that will last me, and I think I'm leaning towards the latter, but we'll see. I'm not planning to buy any clothes soon. I want to just take my time and pick out stuff that I know I'm going to wear and be comfortable in, and you know, they're appropriate for my environment. So I have to think about a lot of different factors when choosing clothes, and it can be sometimes difficult to find the right things. Nothing for Took Your Money. So Holy Ground, I budgeted $63 towards entertainment, mainly if I want to do like spontaneous things with friends or something. If something comes up, I want to just be able to have a little money in my back pocket or in my bank account if I want to do something with them. But as you can see, $11 have already been debited from here, and that is because I very spontaneously decided to go to New York City one day. And it was because I watched Kelly Stamps' story. Apparently she was in New York and she was going to have a pop-up shop for her new jewelry collection with En route. I saw her story, she was like, drop this emoji if you want the address of the pop-up, and I was like, let me drop this emoji. Maybe like an hour later, she sends me the address of the store and I'm like, oh my god, like, I'm gonna go to New York. And I went to New York, I ended up at the store and I spent $11 on refilling my Metro card, so that's what that $11 is for. And overall, I kind of just went on the subway, headed over there, met her, and she was so nice. She was honestly really nice. I didn't get the chance to talk to her a lot. I don't know, I think a lot of like her actual like New York City friends were there, so I didn't want to be weird, but I hung around enough to like have some foods, have some drinks, and she told me that the jewelry was free, so she said like you can just grab whatever you want. And so I have like this jewelry, like these necklaces, these rings, and I have this phone case, and if you look at it now you can clearly see it does not fit my phone, but I made it work, okay? I made it work. So Kelly now follows me on Instagram, so when I posted my story of like me holding this the way that I am, like in this phone that's not meant to fit in this case, she just laughed. And yeah, it's because they didn't have any phone cases that were my phone size, and I didn't realize what I was grabbing, honestly. I was still kind of nervous, so I just grabbed something that looked like it would fit my phone, and I was wrong. I could have just compared, but I was way wrong. You know what? It's okay. This does work. I may not be trusting it to hold my phone when I go like outside, but for now, for these purposes, this is great. So yeah, I just wanted to take a moment to say that because it was really fun for me to get to meet her. I have been watching her videos for like a year now, and she was just so nice in person. So I don't know, she was really cool. I'm allocating $100 for other trips because I may be going to New York and visiting my friend for the weekend. $200 for Miss Swift. You know, I have to support my queen. I have to support Red Taylor's version. It is my favorite Taylor Swift album, and she just took it a step further and decided to make a short film of my favorite Taylor Swift song. I'm just so excited, and I think in the heat of the moment, I'm gonna want to spend some money on merch. And so that's why I'm allocating $200 towards merch. And as you can see, I've already spent some money on merch this month because I bought the Red Taylor's version playing cards, and I'm excited to play like Heads Up or something with them. And on top of that, I was able to order the Fearless vinyl on Amazon. It just hasn't been charged to my card yet, and that was like $40, so the rest is for Red merch. For We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together, I have $1,322.92 allocated towards my student loans. Again, this is just my first paycheck of November. I do have another paycheck coming in, and then I can actually make more payments. This is not including anything that my mom contributes yet, so you know, I like just doing the monthly budget videos for now. And just so you know, I am assigning $100 towards business, and that will be in my business budget. Other than that, it's just work trip money. I also want to go over my debt payoff chart. I went into that spreadsheet and I just adjusted all of the numbers again because earlier on I just wasn't including interest in any of those values, and I think I should because I was including the $20,000 of interest that I had in my private student loans upon graduation, mainly because upon consolidating those loans that became principal. And so I just went in and included all of the interest, including the extra $14,000 of interest that I had earned on both my federal and private student loans since that consolidation in December 2018, because I just hadn't been counting that. I've just been looking at the actual balance that I've been paying down, but it's kind of unfair to me to not include interest because I actively have something working against me. Obviously, it's gotten lower each month, but I really wanted to illustrate that in my payoff progress from now on. So at this point, I've paid off $106,545.46. Next up is my net worth, which is currently at negative $16,858, and it actually increased by $5,894 in 1 month. So I think I'm really close to getting to a negative 4 digits worth of net worth. Anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed this budget video, and if you did, please like this video and subscribe to my channel for more related content. Please comment below what you're budgeting for this month, whether it's Red merch, Red Taylor's version, the Red vinyl, or just tell me what your favorite Taylor Swift song is from Red. I would be happy to hear it because I am going to be fangirling the day that this video comes out. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching.